Who wanna rough me up? Nobody. My head is ready to bust. Kicking the door when I come at the cut. Okay.
Coming up is week 2 of the National Football League, and we'll see the Texans and Browns square off for just the 12th time. Can Houston take an 8-4 lead in the series? We'll find out next.
We come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. And they're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Houston Texans. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. On play action, it's Kaepernick. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. This to the outside for Mack. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Throwing on 1st down is Kaepernick. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The numbers for him from a week ago. 4 catches, 57 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Kaepernick going to throw. Well, he's going to go for it all. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. They'll be led by a 3-time Pro Bowler in his 5th season. It's Deshaun Watson. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. And let's check on the call. Jedrick Wills, former first-round pick, guilty there. Handoff comes to Chubb. Shreds the tackle. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 14 carries, 94 yards, and a score.
They look like a team that really emphasized the running game in the offseason. They were going to build around it. Didn't matter if they were going to run gap scheme, power scheme, whatever. They've got a runner who finds yardage if you give him just a little bit of space.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. So after the INT, it's Kaepernick. And his throw's going to be incomplete. CD, you take a look at this draft class from this offense, and they went defense with their first-round pick.
Yeah, and you and I both know there were a lot of good players on that list, but this was a defense that was in need of an infusion of youth and speed, and he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Malik McDowell able to get him for a loss of about 3. We're scoreless after 1. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution, because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And it's now 3-0 Texans. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either
not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Browns drive about to get started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. Swings this out for Hunt. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 35. To throw is Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. From the 50, it's Watson. He finds his man, complete. It's Grant. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now Watson. And that is incomplete. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
And his kick here is good. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Texans going to get the football one final time here in this 1st half. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing is Kaepernick on 3rd down. Got a man, that's Richie James. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. A final shot before half for Kaepernick. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that is incomplete. So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We begin with a game that Coach Madden should probably shield his eyes from, a rematch of the Immaculate Reception. The Silver and Black taking on Pittsburgh, and it's the Raiders who have the lead in the second quarter. Josh Jacobs, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. From there, we head over to MetLife Stadium to check in on the Jets. And that one is at halftime as they lead the visiting Patriots in that ball game. Devontae Freeman, a touchdown run in that first half. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City, see what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Justin Fields, the rookie, with 3 touchdown passes. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for the Texans. And they might be thankful that this game is tied because their rushing game has not shown up yet. They're in single digits total as a team through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Browns, here's a look at their numbers throwing the football in what was a very even first half. Final adjustments being made in the locker room. We're just about set for the second half from Cleveland. And to bring it your way, we go back up to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, a combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Here's Watson. Flush to his right. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On 1st and 10, Watson. That one is caught by Hunt. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb, and he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Shifts by him at the 25. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down. Now Kaepernick. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Soldier Field, meanwhile, in Chicago, a third quarter score. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Samaje Perine, a bright spot for him offensively as he has run the ball well thus far. A gain of 3, 2nd down. They run it again with Chubb. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he is going to have a Browns first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Off of play action, it's Watson. That's caught by the tight end, Harrison Bryant. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal, looking to take the lead here in the late. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns have taken the lead.
And that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off now. On the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced a 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Important extra point up and through, and the lead is now 10-3. So the drive there took 6 plays, and Kareem Hunt the one to finish it off as he did so with a touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. So now the Texans down on the scoreboard. A minute 56 to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Here's 3rd and long. Kaepernick needing a big play to counteract the sack. Back to throw. Kaepernick. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Now Kaepernick, got to have this one. And this one is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And Watson's going to throw it here to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
They'll give it to Chubb, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Browns are on their way to a 2-0 start. Now the Browns offense will stay on the field as they'll go for 2 here. Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. And it's so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. And he's got Jordan complete right side. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. To throw is Kaepernick. To Guyton. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Kaepernick now to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Kaepernick again. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Jordan. Still staying on his feet. Are you serious? And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and this is one of the best runs you'll see. A lot of times on these long touchdowns, you'll say he gets into the end zone untouched, but not here. He fought his way through contact, and it barely even registered, and he just continued down the field all the way to the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Sliding out of the pocket. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds, 19 left. Dancing to his, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Got a man here. It's Bryant. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And this one is right through. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too.
Let's go!
Well, in this one, partner, we had some action all the way down to the final whistle there with the late points.